Okay, so I'm recording now. I was going to introduce new coaches, but everybody here knows each other. So if anybody hops on, I will introduce them. Um, and I wanted to, if you guys have not received a new coach email from me, um, there are a few months there where I think that I slacked in that area. So if you did not receive an email from me when you first became a coach, if you're watching this back or whatever, please send me a text because I want to send that to you. There's a Getting Started Right call I'd like for you to watch. And we should get set up with a one-on-one so we can talk more about coaching. So I know if you've recently signed up, I think Allison, I've sent you one. So like if you've recently signed up, I think I've sent you one. But if you have been in like the winter dark I wasn't sleeping months, then I may owe you a new coach email. So send me a text. Now, I wanted to talk about kind of a couple of things. We've talked a little bit about this last week, but I think this is a conversation that we're going to be continually having because this is a process that we are continually learning, and that is kind of integrating this pandemic into what we do as a job because it's a part of our job. So hey Steph, no worries at all. Hey Sarah, we're gonna have you introduce yourself at the end, so be ready. So I want to talk about the fact that we have a launch happening on Monday. I want to preface that by saying if you are a newer coach or you are just running your first challenge group, I want you to know that like you don't have to stress about a launch if you're not ready or prepared. It took me a long time to like do my first launch. I think now granted, launches were spaced out farther apart when I first became a coach. They are like throwing them at us like nobody's business right now. Now they are once every couple of months. But when I first became a coach, it was like twice a year. So I skipped the first big launch because I had just became a coach. So I want you to know that it's okay if you miss the boat on this. It's not the end of the world. It's not going to kill you. However, the cool thing about launches is that's the bundle that is usually on sale. So like the Beachbody, what I used to offer to people all the time was the Beachbody On Demand bundle because at the time that was like the best deal. It was $160 for Beachbody On Demand for the year plus a month of product, and at the time it included containers. It no longer does, and a shaker cup. Now the bundle for the launch product is the best deal because it's including VIP access to that program and it's including whatever accessories come with it. 10 rounds includes resistance loops, which is awesome. I think that's a great perk. So it's $160 for the year plus a month of product, resistance loops, and access to the new program and a shaker cup. So even if you aren't quote having this like, even if you're not doing 10 rounds or you're not doing this like big launch thing, I would still suggest that that is the bundle you offer to people because it's the same price as the annual one, but it has all this added stuff in it. And it gives them access to the most recent program. So that's just my little like tidbit tip for you. If you're selling someone a challenge pack, unless they explicitly state otherwise, I would offer them the 10 rounds one. Okay, so that is launch happens on Monday for customers. Currently, coaches can sign up. So I have had my biggest week ever this week, and like even bigger than New Year's or anything. So I wanted to kind of like talk to you guys about what it is I'm doing, what's working, and how I think we need to continuously approach this global pandemic because it's not going anywhere. It probably likely is going to get worse and people are scared, but also people have, not everybody, of course, we have two kind of like communities of people. We have the people who are staying home and the people who are going out and working and kind of putting their life a little bit more at risk than others and some even more at risk than others. So we have the two groups of people. So I understand that I'm not trying to say anything in a way that is like naive or ignorant. I'm aware that nurses and doctors and everyone are still going out, but there's a large population that is staying home and has a lot more time on their hands than ever before, that didn't always. So one thing that I'm going to go through the things that I've done this week that I think have been really helpful. I talk to a lot of people. a lot of people. I talk to more people than I've ever talked to before. And I am not someone, confession time, I am not an organized person. If you haven't figured that out about me already, it's just not like something that comes easily to me. And I used to force organization upon myself and my business because I thought I was supposed to. And what I found was my business functioned better in a more unorganized manner. And that's okay because it's my business. And so I want you to do what works for you. If for you being structured is easier, then be structured. If for you, doing pockets and kind of like, I don't want to say flying by the seat of my pants because I don't fly by the seat of my pants, but kind of just like intuitively focusing on certain parts of your business is better, then do that. But no, it's a dangerous thing to do. Like you have to know what you're doing. It took me a long time to get in the groove doing this. And so I used to not send invitations every single day. I sent messages every day. I talked to people every day. I did business building activities every day, but I didn't necessarily invite people every single day. So I vowed last Thursday, a week ago, I was at SC8 and I was like, I am going to invite every single day for the rest of the month. And for me, it was minimum of 10. For you, maybe it's 5 or maybe it's 1 or 2. But for me, I said, I'm going to invite at least 10 people every single day for the rest of the month. And for me, I'm the kind of person that once I sit down to invite, I just keep inviting because I enjoy it. I like talking to people. And once I really get in the groove of it, it's not hard for me to continuously be inviting people. And so I was sending probably 30 invites a day. And it wasn't taking me very long. The time consuming part after that is continuing the conversations afterwards. That's when it's like gets overwhelming. But so I was sending about 30 messages every day. And I ended the month at SC21 and I signed up 6 new coaches. So that was a really big week for me. And I was kind of like thinking through it and I was like, is this because of the pandemic? Like, what is it that's like, why was this week so good? One, I do think it was because I put the work in. So I don't want anybody here to think that like this business is just going to come to you, or if you post on your story that somebody's just going to like flock to you and want to join your group, because that's not how it works. I have put the work in, the groundwork for the 2 years of showing up consistently, and also the groundwork of building relationships and sending those messages. So know that, but also know that in talking to a variety of people, I was reaching back to a lot of people that I remembered as I was going through like my follow-ups and things like that. I remembered people I had talked to and I was like, oh, you know what? They told me they didn't want to join because they really liked their spin class. But guess what? Their spin class is closed right now. And so I reached back out to them because their response to me wasn't, oh, no, get away. Their response was, hey, that sounds great, but I actually really love my spin class that I'm doing. But they no longer could do that. So I messaged them and said, hey, I know you were really loving your spin class. Because it's not an option right now, would you want to join our group this month? And the response was amazing, because here's the beauty of people who understand the value of a gym membership. They really get the value of a challenge pack. Because when somebody is used to paying $30, $40, $50 a month for a gym membership and all they're getting from it is a gym, when you say to them that you have an annual membership for workouts, a month of product, your accountability group, resistance loops, access to the new program for $160, their response is no longer, that's a lot of money. Their response is, that's an amazing deal. And so I want you guys to be thinking back to the people who are on your list who are like, I really love my gym, or I really love my classes, or I love X, Y, or Z, and reach back out to them and be like, hey, I know that's what was working for you. And fortunately, I know it's also not an option anymore. So I thought maybe I would invite you to our group, extend another invite, would love if you joined us this month. And lead with the challenge pack. But here's the other thing that I really started doing, and I started this before this week, but I really did it this week. I have totally come off my expectations of what people purchase. You want to sign up with the 3-month? Come into my group. You want to sign up with the 6-month? Come into my group. You got a thing of Energize and the free trial? Come into my group. And so I am no longer requiring the challenge pack, and I have just totally taken my regulations off the table as far as who can join my group. And I'm like, you only want to do the 3 months because you're hoping to go back to the gym in July, great. Come join our group and have community and accountability. Because what I really leaned into this week is that a lot of people are lonely. A lot of people are feeling in a funk. I'm even feeling in a funk, and I have a virtual community, but it's just a part of what's going on in the world right now. Like, it's really easy to kind of be like, womp, like, I can't go anywhere. I can't see my friends. I can't see my family. And so a lot of people are feeling that way. And I remember 2 years ago when I was in a really deep, dark place and I joined this accountability group, and it just gave me so much hope and encouragement and community. And I want to be able to offer that to other people. And so I personally am still having them at least have access to the BOD workouts, because for me, like, I can't help you if like, I'm not a personal trainer. Like, I'm here to offer you the tools that Beachbody has to offer. So like, I can hand you the BOD workouts, but like, if you don't have a workout program to follow, then you're just going to be lost in the sauce in our group. So I still require people have something, but even if they only got the free trial and want to cancel in 2 weeks, I don't care if they cancel in 2 weeks. Like, I still added them to our group. So talked to a lot of people, followed up with the people who had said that they had a gym membership, and reached back out to them, re-invited them. And don't be weird about it. Like, don't feel like, sad sack that they said no to you because they liked their gym membership. Reach out to them and be like, hey, so sorry that this is all going on and you can no longer go to those spin classes that you love. You want to join us this month? Simple. Does not have to be super complicated. And just know that if you're talking, you are going to talk to people who say, my husband just lost his job, I don't have the money. Those people, I'm like, I am so sorry to hear that, and I totally understand. There is a free trial, and here's a free sample workout if you want it. Otherwise, no pressure. Like, I'm not here to tell you to like push yourself on people who aren't spending money right now. I'm here to tell you that there is a whole group of people who are getting their monthly membership back because their gyms are saying, we won't charge you this month, and already have it in their budget and are saying, I need something. I will gladly pay you $160 to get me set up in your group this month. Or I will gladly pay you $40 to get you set up. And so just know that if you're talking to the right people, there are people out there who are totally willing to pay a reasonable price, because the challenge pack deal is a reasonable price if you know the value of it. And so, or even just the 3 month, okay? Like, whatever, if you don't sell a challenge pack, it's not the end of the world. You're still making a paycheck if you sell the 3 month. And so whatever it is that you're offering to people, if it is what's going to help them, then it's helping them, and it's helping you, and it's helping your community, because you're now building a community of people together. Last thing, I did this probably like over a year ago, but I really haven't done it since. I have never been somebody who offers the discount coach opportunity to somebody who just wants to sign up for my challenge group. It's not something I've ever really done other than like a short period of time in my business. I started doing it this week, and I was shocked at the amount of people that were like, yeah, absolutely, I want to do that. And so obviously this is my first week doing it, my first week really adding a lot of discount coaches. So I don't know how it's going to pan out as far as like cancellations and retainment and all of those things. But I wanted to share with you guys basically how I'm talking to people. Keep in mind, the scripts I'm about to show you, first of all, they're not all mine. A lot of the leaders in Live Free collaborate on a lot of things. And so some of this is completely my words, and some of this is other people's words that I've just kind of tweaked. So I want you to keep in mind that people follow a lot of the same people. So make sure you are tweaking things to sound like you, because it is a very great possibility that someone else in Live Free is sending someone that same message, because people end up following like the same people in Live Free. So I want you to message everyone as if they could be talking to somebody else in Live Free. Don't copy somebody else's script. But these are what have been working really good for me, and tweak them to sound like your own. Other thing I'll preface before I show you guys these is that if I'm having a normal conversation with somebody, I don't send them a script invite. I just kind of say like, hey, do you want, I don't know why I didn't mention this earlier. Do you want to join our group? Like, I'm super casual about it, But if it's somebody that like I haven't talked to in like 6 months, or I've never talked to before about it or something like that, I do tend to send a script because I think it helps me not to word vomit and not to sound weird, if that makes sense. So I invite differently depending on who I'm talking to. And last thing I will preface before I head into our scripts. The biggest tool in our toolbox is not scripts. It is not trainings. It is not anything that I can offer you. The biggest thing in our toolbox is leading with love and being a person who genuinely loves others and wants to help them. If you are not sitting on this team call with the purpose of helping others find joy in their health and fitness journey the way that you did, this isn't going to work for you. If you are not a person who enjoys having conversations with people, this isn't going to work for you. These scripts that I'm going to offer you are going to be tools to help you not word vomit and also have like a really easy way to condense things. But when it comes down to it, like if we don't love talking to other people, and I don't mean all the time, I have days too where I'm like, I don't want to talk to anybody, but I'm saying like in general, if we are not people who enjoy fellowship and community with other people, this business is not going to work. And so I firmly believe that, at least not the way I do it. And so if you don't enjoy talking to people and all you want to do is send scripts and you don't want to have a relationship with somebody, it's not going to work. Okay, that's all I want to say. Love others first before you think about a script. Now, I'm going to read these to you and then I will share them with you because I want you to hear like my voice behind them. The invite I don't love. I tweaked it from something else someone sent me and I'm not like obsessed with it, but it's been working, so I keep sending it. So, hey, Lindsay, hope you're staying safe and healthy with this virus going around, with emojis. I know we are all going through so much change right now, but I wanted to let you know that the door is still open if you're needing a little extra community these days. We are still chipping away at our home workouts and encouraging others to stay positive and healthy during this time. Would you want to jump in with us? If not, I totally understand. I just wanted to reach out and do what I can from the four corners of my home. So see how I read that and like it wasn't weird? You need to do that with everything you're sending to people. If you sound like a robot when you're reading something out loud, it sounds like a robot when they're reading it in their head. So everything you send to people, you need to read it out loud and be like, was that weird? And if you need to, say it to like your spouse or to me or like to anybody. Like just like read it out loud to somebody in your life, your roommate, whatever, and be like, was that weird? If you can't say it in a way that you could talk to a friend, it's not something you should be sending to people. So that is my invite. You can copy and paste them if you'd like. I have zero qualms with you guys using any of it. Just make sure you make it sound like you. Okay, so normally, almost always, either we've had a conversation before and they're like, no, thank you, not right now, I don't have the money, because they know what's coming. Or they are like, oh my gosh, yes, absolutely, whatever. So they're like, please send me more information or whatever. I always say, always, no matter, even if they say, how much is it? I say, yes, absolutely, can't wait to give you more information. Do you want to tell me about some of your health and fitness goals? Because I want to know how I can help them. And I will say I have had one person in my entire time of talking to thousands of people, I have had one person say to me, I don't have any health and fitness goals. And I said, well, then I can't really help you. Because if you don't have anything you feel like you need to work on, I have nothing to offer you. And so, oh, hey, Libby. I didn't even see that you popped on. Yay. So that is why I now like firmly ask for goals. I never skip it because I want to know how I can help you before I'm going to give you my spiel. So ask them their goals, and I always affirm their goals after they send them to me. So I'll say like, yay, I love that goal. A lot of times I can relate to it. So a lot of times I'll say like, that's something I really needed to work on before, or I know I really struggle with that and this group helped me. So I usually say something like that when I send my like before I send more information. So always, again, we're having a conversation with people. So you need to affirm what they just said to you. Like, that's a great goal. They just gave you something vulnerable about them that they want to work on. You need to relate to that and affirm them in that. They just trusted you with a piece of information. Don't just skip past it and go on to your next spiel. So I usually say, yay, I love those goals, et cetera, affirm them. And then I say, and this is not something that everybody in Live Free does. This is something that I have decided to do because I found that I was sending information and people were saying, that's great, I'd love to join. And then when I sent pricing, they were like, oh wait, I thought it was free. I was done with that. I was so tired of hearing that. And so I was like, I need to make sure that they know up front, not only from what I'm showing on my social media, but also in our conversations. I don't want it to look like I'm hiding anything or like bait and switching anybody. So I'm going to put it right up front. So after I ask them their goals, I say, affirm them. And then I say, so I'm not sure if I've mentioned this, but I am a Beachbody coach and I sell their products and programs. I host an online accountability group through Facebook where we all check in daily, share the good and the bad, the ugly and the funny. It is the most encouraging little family and I don't know what I'd do without them. I post sample meal plans and we all share our fave recipes so we're never short on inspo. We try to all follow the same program, but inevitably a few are on different calendar. Pause. I say that because a lot of people are like, oh, I can't do that workout, so I can't be in your group. So I address it right up front that we are not like, and I say, inevitably are a few are on a different calendar because I want everyone to do what works for them. This next group's plan is to do a 30 to 40 minute workout 5 days a week, boxing and weightlifting and core. Results I've seen are amazing, and the trainer is very inspiring, encouraging, and explains form in a very easy to follow way. Does that all sound like something you'd enjoy and benefit from? Spoiler alert, no one has told me no. So almost like literally always people say yes because I haven't talked about price yet. So everyone's like, yeah, that sounds great. How much does it cost is usually the next question. I say, yay. So when you sign up, you're going to get 1 year of access to all of the released Beachbody workout programs, set up like a Netflix for thousands of workouts, VIP access to the brand new boxing and lifting program I told you about. It's going to be so fun. Forever access to our online accountability group. I don't kick anybody out. I don't care if you cancel, quit, whatever. I keep you in my group. Never ask you to leave. 1 month of the product of your choice, a shaker bottle, resistance loops. It's lots of stuff, but that essentially sets you up for the whole year. All of that is $160. How does that sound? And I'm also going to put this document in our team page. I have gotten, for the most part this week, I've gotten, that's an awesome deal. Of course, you are going to hear from people like, we're not getting paid right now, like, so I can't afford that right now, or like you're gonna hear no from people. But a lot of times, this is when people either ghost you, or I get that's a good deal. Most people, once I send price, don't actually say no to me. They just never talk to me again. If they're gonna say no. So then I say, if they say that sounds great, I say, last thing, I'd suggest signing up as a discount member / discount coach while you're at it. Perks would be 25% off all future purchases and discount shipping, plus early VIP access to this new program. Otherwise, you have to wait till Monday to sign up. Starting in 30 days, there will be a $16 monthly member fee. But with this option, you could also see more about what our coaching team looks like and potentially earn your supplements free. And if you end up wanting to cancel the discount membership down the road, even before the 30-day free trial is up, you can do that, no problem, no cancellation fee. Does that sound good? So I'm not hiding anything. I'm telling them they're going to be charged $16. I'm telling them, and they really can cancel easily. Like, nobody's holding you to coaching. Like, you can cancel at any time. And I'm telling them if they don't sign up now, they can sign up Monday. But when people are ready to commit to something, a lot of times they're ready then. Like, a lot of times people are like, no, I just want to sign up now. That sounds good. So that is what I tell them. I don't tell them that they have to buy product to stay active because I don't feel that way. If a coach goes inactive on me, they go inactive on me. But I do let them know it will cost them $16 a month no matter what. And I usually compare that to a Costco membership. If they ask like what it is, I usually say, like, I don't have a script for that, but if they ever say like, you know, what is the $16 fee or whatever, I say it's kind of like a Costco membership, like you're paying for the discount, so you will be charged for it every month, but if you buy product every month, it's worth it. That's usually how I handle that. So I have been sending that out this week. Oops. And I have been floored by the amount of people who have said yes. So when they say, yeah, that sounds good, I ask them about products and flavors. And another tip I will share with you guys that I have learned over the last couple of years, I have learned, I used to offer them everything. I used to be like, okay, there is, for whey, there's vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, cafe latte, and grainberry. And then for vegan, there's vanilla, chocolate, cafe latte, and tropical strawberry. And I would like go on and on about all of them because I thought I needed to give them all the information. And what I learned is people are just like, whoa, what? And so I now say, cool, vanilla, chocolate, or strawberry. Do you have a preference for vegan or a problem with dairy? That's it. Katie, yay! So that is what I say to them. I keep it really simple, partially because A, I've never had greenberry. I don't know what it tastes like. I don't know if people will like it. B, a lot of people don't like cafe latte. I love cafe latte, but a lot of people, it has like a very different flavor. And a lot of people, I've gotten feedback that it's like too different of a flavor for them. So I want them to love Shakeology before they try cafe latte and don't like that flavor. Does that make sense? Like, I don't want them to taste cafe latte for the first time and think that it's like not a good flavor. So I just started doing that this week, where I cut out cafe latte too. And now I only offer vanilla, chocolate, strawberry. That's a preference for me. You can do whatever you want. That just for me, I think it's easier. And I think it kind of eliminates the factor of somebody not liking cafe latte if they were to get it. So I ask them about their products and their flavors. I send them a share cart. And if you don't know how to do a share cart, please message me, like we'll go through that. And then I follow up within 24 hours. I never, ever, ever let a link sit in somebody's inbox for more than 24 hours without talking to them. So if they never respond to me, I send them another message and just say, hey, let me know if you have any questions. If they do respond to me, I say, great, let me know if you have any questions and when you sign up, and I'll get you plugged into our group. And I still follow up within 24 hours and say, hey, just checking in, wanted to know if you're planning on signing up today, so I can get you set up in the group. So people forget really easily, and think of how often you have sat in front of a cart online and like let something just sit there and forgotten to check out or procrastinated checking out. And so don't take it personally. And that is probably what I'm going to end with. Then I'm going to let you guys do questions and let Katie and Sarah introduce themselves. But I just want to end with the number one thing that I've learned in this business, and I'm saying this because I am a type 2 and I'm an overthinker and I have lots of anxiety about things, and I will lay in bed and think about all the conversations that went wrong and all of the people I could have let down and all of the people I could have offended until the cows come home. Like literally, I am such an overthinker. So that is who I am as a person. And so if that's who you are as a person, I need you to learn this earlier in your business than I did. Almost never is it about you. When somebody says no, when somebody gets upset, when somebody gets frustrated, these are like rare things that happen. However, they do happen, okay? And it's almost never about you. It almost always, I have had customers that I thought were like angry with me about something, come back 6 months later and be like, oh man, that was a really hard season for me. Can I sign back up with you? And I'm like, what? I thought I did something wrong. So just know that like when people are saying no, or if people are being rude, this is a really stressful time for everyone. Stress makes you stupid and it makes you a jerk a lot of the time. So if any of you have been feeling like a jerk sometimes during the day, I guarantee everyone on this call has been a jerk to somebody, husbands, roommates, somebody in the last 24 hours. So let's take a little deep breath here and a reflection and be like, oh yeah, I'm a jerk when I'm stressed too. They're not being mean to me because of me. They're just stressed out, okay? So let's take a deep breath, give everybody some grace, allow them to say no to us, and talk to more people, because that is how we're going to build our community. We can't let the no's get us down. So I think that I've sent you everything. I'm going to post this whole PDF in our team page, so don't worry about that. Real quick, does anybody have any questions? I shouldn't have said real quick, like you're allowed to ask questions. We have 8 minutes and 45 seconds, so you have about 6 minutes to ask questions. Nobody has any questions?
When you sell the challenge pack, do you say that it's down like to the 160 from like 180? Do you say that it's discounted at all or not really?
But you could. I feel like the description is long enough. And yeah, I don't know.
I didn't know if it gave like a act now kind of pressure on people, like get it while it's discounted.
So I used to do that. And you totally, like, please, guys, know that you can try anything in your business. You don't have to do everything the way that I do it. I have tried it in the past. But the thing is every single month there's a challenge pack for 160. Every single month. Sometimes it's 140. If it's 140, that's when I do the like act now. But like for eternity, there is a challenge pack for 160. So now that I know that, like now that I've been doing it long enough, I'm like, okay, I feel kind of lame being like, you have to sign up now because it's on sale again next month. And if this one's not, the next one is. Now, if somebody wants a specific program, like if they're talking to you about, well, BAR is actually coming out early, but BAR was supposed to come out in June and the sale was ending this month. So if you were talking to somebody about BAR and you knew they wanted BAR, then I would say, okay, but you can only get it on sale for this time. Cause that is like, that's a true thing. Like that's a real thing. The sale is going to expire. If you want BAR before June, you need to buy it now for the $20 off. So I would speak to that. But I don't say like I know 10 rounds is going to be $20 off for probably 3 more months. So even if, but they're not going to, Beachbody isn't going to tell you that, but I'm telling you that. So that's just how they do it. And I've learned that. So I don't, when it's 140, which they do a 140 sale 2 or 3 times a year, it's a fabulous deal. Like everybody should buy a challenge pack for themselves at 140. So when that's the case, I like blast it on my social media and in messages. I'm like, you guys, this is an amazing deal. But the 161 is kind of a standard one. And I will say, like, I think the number one thing that I hear from coaches is that they don't want to sound salesy. And I think the way to take that off is to just talk to people. And that's what like these messages do, I think. And so if you like, and if you're not worried about that, more power to you. I just know that like a lot of people are. And so it takes that pressure off of like being a salesperson. If you're just like, it's 160. And most people are going to see that as an amazing deal, but you have to lay it out that way. Like I do the spaces like I have, like, so that they see every single line item of like what is being offered. Because then they really can read like what a great deal it is. And like I said, if you're talking to the right people, especially right now, they're like 1 year of workouts. This is a sweet deal. So I've heard from a lot of people, that's like 2 months of my gym membership, or that's like 3 months of my gym membership. And I'm like,
yeah, we belong to a Y. It just opened like, I don't know, 6 months ago. It's literally the biggest one in the United States now. It's up the street from my house. And they have an amazing childcare center and all sorts of crap. So we're like, you know what? Let's do it. It's $80 a month for a family membership. It's gross.
I believe it. 100%. So you need to be talking to all of your Y friends stuff. Yeah. Like literally everyone you know from the Y, you need to be messaging them and be like, oh man, I'm so sad our Y closed. Hey, you want to join my accountability group?
Right.
And again, like I always, like my recommendation to you all would be to lead with the challenge pack, because I would hate for somebody who is willing and able to pay 160 to pay $39 for 3 months and realize they could have gotten so much more for their money if they had paid it up front. And so I lead with the challenge pack because I fully believe it is the best deal I can offer someone. And if they tell me that is not going to work for them, I just back off and offer them other options. And so it's not like you can't offer people the 3-month or the 6-month or the 1 year, but just lead with the best deal. And I'm telling you, like, the challenge pack is the best deal. You all know that. So it's not that you can't offer other things to people, but like if you offer them the 3-month membership and then give them the deal, it doesn't always like work out as well. Any other questions? Does that answer your question? Any other questions? Guys, there's so many people on this call right now. I'm gonna cry. Okay. So Sarah, are you there? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. My video's not working. I don't know why. Well, I tried to leave the call and come back in and it will not open. So
that's okay. We'll like post a picture in the team page so everyone can see Sarah's face tonight. No, but can you just tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and what you're looking to do as a coach?
I'm Sarah. I'm from North Carolina. I live in Greensboro, and I'm a first grade teacher. So I'm really busy right now doing online things and videos. So hopefully my video works tomorrow morning. And yeah, it worked all day, so I'm not really sure what's going on. But I work with a lot of people who have zero health and fitness goals at all. It's really just me, or it was at the beginning of the year, which kind of like whenever I came into the school was super negative on someone who had like always been around active people and kind of been like the least active and least healthy of my friends. And like I wasn't doing anything bad. It's just like I was always around a lot of people. And so it's kind of intimidating as far as like coaching goes, but I have a few friends that have signed up because like they saw me doing stuff and like joining the accountability group. And so then I had someone to do it with. And so I have a few friends in a challenge group with me now, and it's been really fun. But it's been a little bit awkward as far as everyone else because we're just at very different levels. And they're like, well, I can't do that. It's like there's other programs and you can. So that's what we're trying to bridge that gap now. But
yay,
that's me.
You're doing great. Welcome. And Katie, if you want to go really quick, you have about a minute. Sorry.
Hi, I'm Katie. I live in Seattle, Washington, and that's why I probably won't be on a lot of these calls because I get off work at 6 here. So yeah, I am a nanny right now until the end of July when we move back home to my hometown of Ferndale, and then from there, I don't know what I will be doing. Probably some sort of trauma care of some sort with children. Yeah, so anyway, I've been working out, doing home workouts for a while now. I kept bouncing back and forth between going to the gym because my husband had a gym membership and doing home workouts because I grew up with my parents working out from home. So I've kind of always fallen back into that and enjoy them a lot. And I figure I need a lot of accountability with that. And since my husband's doing his own thing at the gym and we don't really like do the same kind of workouts, I just figured it'd be good to get plugged into this group. And then if I'm already doing them, why not help encourage other people to do it as well? And ultimately, like if I can make this something where I can be a stay-at-home mom in the future, that's kind of my ultimate goal. But I'm just happy to like be doing it and share my journey with others and hope that it helps someone along the way. So
you've been crushing it. Let's take a boomerang really fast. Everybody wave. 1, 2, 3. And fun fact, Katie and I met in Honduras. So how cool is that?